football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium.
Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Off of play action, here's Lance.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You talk about this Seahawk defense.
Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Lance looking to throw it. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Lance and company going on 4th down. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
On the handoff, Benson running right.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The Cardinals did a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Another run here with Benson.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
33, yellow. 12, 10. Ready?
On 3rd down, here's Benson.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Trey Benson, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are on the board first here this afternoon.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Looking to put a drive together.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
You look at this Arizona defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
7 yards there and a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
The first carry here for Jordan James.
And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Second and 3. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Elijah Arroyo.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
To throw, it's Lance.
And the completion to Wilson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Third down and 1. Throwing now is Lance. That is caught. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
He's got his tight end. That's Ryman. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. 23 yards the pickup there.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Open man here is Benson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Come on, ready.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Looking left side of, he's got a man. That's Connor. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Ready.
Benson will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Let's go. Watch out now. Drive.
7-7, our score after 1. Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they come up now 2nd and goal.
On the set. Here we go. Chalk. 7, yellow. 22. Blue striker.
The Lance going to throw. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Set. Smash. Blue. 32. Fight. White.
And Lance now to throw.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Michael Wilson
From 4 yards out. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And just shutting him off there. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
16 more on that one and another first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. They'll look to throw here on first down.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker,
29 yards.
And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Leonard Williams forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
43.
Here's Lance.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Back deep is Kadarius Toney.
Taken in at the 22. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw.
As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Walker. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Myers' kick is good.
So 3 points on the board. As easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you could build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
Ready. Yellow, 43.
On 1st down, it's Benson.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Let's go. Red, 38. Set.
Here's Lance to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here we go.
Now Lance.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Ready. 52 blue. Ready.
A give up the middle with Benson.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Here we go. Here we go. 6 drill, 52. You don't move. Hut.
From the gun, it's Lance. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Real green. White, white. Black ultra. Set.
Looking to throw. Lance. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. The kick by Lutz is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And Walker has it. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Yeah, big play there. When you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll throw now on the final play.
On the slant, here's Smith and Jigba.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Got some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Here's 2nd and 8. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Set, hut. Black 40. Hut.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson. Loose inside the 30.
And finally down at the 9-yard line.
103 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
Ready, set.
They'll run here with Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Lance looking to throw it.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Trey Benson.
He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. What's good on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd and 4. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 32-yard line.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he's got it down to the 28.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6.
He's got a man. Downfield is Horton.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Torrey Horton,
28 yards.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a foot. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end and have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
He'll drop to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cards are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Looking to put a drive together.
97. Come on, ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
Ready. Blue, 32.
Now a toss left side for Benson. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Cardinals! Trey Benson with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there. Really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Here's Walker. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing now is Lance. He'll try and do this himself. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
10 black. Ready.
And they'll go for it. Lance. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Three, red, yellow. Here we go, set, cut, cut.
Lance looks to throw again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr., 45 yards. And the Cards have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll drop to throw. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Up the middle, here's Walker. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he's loose again. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker, 49 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
On the set. Set, cut, go. 33, yellow.
To throw, it's Lance. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Blaster, 6. Ready?
Here's Lance. Open man here is Benson. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. They run over center with Benson. Now he's into the clear again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey Benson, 54 yards. And the Cardinals strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Thrown across his body and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready, ready.
On the give, it's Benson. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
52 blue, right, white. Needle blue. 43 rail, 10.
They'll go again with Benson. 195 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7.
Black 40. Ready?
Lance going to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down. They'll set up to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Out of the gun now on third down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Will Johnson.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 35, here's the 2nd and 9.
Yellow, 43. Light blue. Black shot.
Lance now to throw. And this will be swung out here for counter.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Let's go. 22 needle. Blue striker. Ready.
Now Lance.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harrison.
And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
They stopped him in his tracks.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
It's a kickoff return of 94 yards. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
And that big 4th quarter return, Charles, makes this a 1-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. Second and a couple.
Fight, 97. Ready.
On the handoff, Benson running right.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Trey McBride, 53 yards. And the Cardinals use the big play to extend their fourth-quarter lead.
Lutz good on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Here's 2nd down.
They'll set up a throw.
And that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now back to throw. They've got his man complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Jackson Smith-Njigba,
57 yards.
And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra. I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
2nd and 10.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Benson.
And the Cardinals are going to have a first down. And that's a big one, as they should be able to run it out from here.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
A handoff here to Benson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Arizona, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL